Okay, let's start with our experiment. Today we're going to be creating a parking lot, say parking lot for 50 people. So first we have our AutoCAD drawing file, and for this we're going to need to start with the layers, because when we do AutoCAD we always have to start by creating our layers. So the first thing you do, I don't think you can see it, so I'll just take a picture and then put it in the video later. You press layer properties up here, over there in the top, layer properties, and you're going to be introduced to this screen, and this screen is going to be the one that we're going to use for layer properties. So right now we're in 0, which is the default layer properties 1. So we're gonna have to make a new one. So we can just press there, new layer, and we have a new layer. And this new layer, we can name it something like guide, or make it a little more organized. We can make it guidelines. Now this is what we're going to use actually to create the guidelines that we're going to use. But then normally when you do AutoCAD you do guidelines, but then right now, since it's a very simple project, it's just a parking lot, these guidelines are basically going to be the street lines and etc., and I'm just making them A like that, etc., so that they can be organized. And then afterwards you're gonna press this to give it a color. Very highly suggested to use the smaller colors here because they're easier to check the line weight later on when we're going to plot or when we're going to print the actual document. So let's go with the red so that it's easy to find. It's index color number 1. You pick red, and now what that does is everything in this layer is going to be written in red, so we know it's part of that layer. So right now we're in layer 0. Let's move on to layer A, guidelines. Alright, maybe guidelines is a wrong name. Let's name it something else like street, maybe, so that we know that this is going to be the street lines, like the parking lot, etc. This is going to be all the same line weight because they're all basically the same thing. They're all the street. And later on we're probably going to make this the thickest part. Most probably going to be made the thickest part because it is the one that actually gives it most of the importance. Alright, so that's the first one we're going to make. We're actually going to make some more because we know which ones we're going to use already. So the next one we're going to make is L greenery. So I just name it greenery, but then you can name it anything. You can actually name it landscape or etc. You can make it trees. You can make it anything you want. But then basically this is going to indicate where the grass I'm going to have is, where the trees I'm going to have is, basically the landscaping. So what I'm going to name it actually now is landscaping. So these will show what I'm going to have for landscaping. And one more, let's make one more, which we're all going to use later. L trees, for the trees that I'm going to put in the lot. And lastly, I'm going to name one more. This one's actually going to be the lot line, and the lot line is very important because this is going to be in phantom lines actually, which we're going to do later. So you can name it A. A means architectural, L means landscaping, and then I, which you use for houses, that means interior. So A lot line. Okay, and then later we're gonna add some more, like the dimension lines and etc., but then we can just add them later. So for the landscaping, I'm actually gonna make this maybe blue, light blue, while I'm gonna make the trees green. For the lot line, let's just make it gray. And then for the lot line, we know that the lot line is normally in phantom lines, so you can actually change this here. So you press continuous and you can change it, or you can actually just press this line here. Then you're gonna have different kinds of line weights, but we can change that later. So first we go to the continuous, and we can make a new one, load, and you're going to have many different lines here which you can use. So what we're going to use is actually phantom lines. So there's phantom lines over here. There, you just have to look for phantom. Then you press OK, and now you have continuous and phantom. So you're gonna pick phantom and press OK, and it's gonna become phantom lines. So anything you draw on this layer is going to be phantom lines, which is ideal because these are the lot lines actually, and the lot lines are what we're going to need. So let's put down this iPhone video for now because we're done with that. Alright, so right now you probably can't see the layers, so don't worry, I just probably closed it. So the first thing we're going to do, so we're starting in A Street, as you can see here. Just let me check. Alright, so it says here A Street. So basically what's going to happen is we're going to start with the street. Actually, I think in fairness, what is most important to start with is the lot line. So you can start with the lot line, just change it to lot line by pressing it and then pressing lot line. So now we're in the lot line. So to make lines, to make actual values in AutoCAD, we're going to have to press PL. PL means polyline. So you probably can't see it because I don't have, or the OBS doesn't allow for me to show it. But then all you need to press is PL. The first thing that you're going to see is PL or P line. So this is going to help us decide which line we're going to use. So we're going to click P line. I'm just going to put the subtitles later na lang para ito. So as you can see here, you can see that we're going to make a P line that's probably, or we're just going to make actually what do you call this? We're going to make a lot. So first of all, we can make our lot, let's say 40. So I just click 40. So you just click a point, and you click any point. I suggest you start with the what do you call this, the origin, but then you can click any point, and then make sure you're in ortho mode. So ortho mode is actually found in the bottom right. You're gonna see a bunch of snaps, and ortho mode is probably F11, I think, or something like that. So it helps you snap towards the line that you're gonna use. So let's make this like 50 meters. So now we have a 50-meter line here, and this is going to be our lot line. And as you can see, it's already in phantom lines, which is very convenient. After that, we can surely make this around 25. And then we can make a 45-degree one, maybe 45 degree line, and then let's make it 50 again. Alright, and then we make another line, let's say 30. Then it doesn't actually line up well with the original thing I did, but then, well, you're gonna have to work with that. It's not snapping well. So to snap, basically you need to just put it on the end point, and then you can drag it down, and it'll show you exactly where the snap is, but it's not working right now. I'm just gonna make it as long as I can, and then that's our end. To end it, just press enter, and you've ended the polyline. And this is the structure that we have right now, but it's not what we want. We want to close this, and I didn't really think about a lot. So basically I'm just gonna close it by adding a polyline here, and that closes the lot. We have this side here where this tail extending. So all we need to do there is basically TR, which is trim, and then that's actually not what it is yet, because you're gonna trim the entire thing. You gotta press space again to activate TR again, and it'll trim any lines that are out of place, like this one over here. So we're gonna trim that, and we have our lot. So this is our lot already, but we don't actually have the street yet, the road yet. So we're going to change into the road. We're going to change into the road, the street layer. So all you need to do to change layer, you can just press layer properties, and the layers will come up, and you just need to double click on the layer, or you just press this thing beside it with where the layer is shown. It'll drop down a menu where you can check all your layers, and then basically just click any layer that you want to go into. So right now we're in A Street, as you can see, A Street. And now that we have A Street, we're going to try creating our roads. So I'm just going to make random lines to signify the roads by pressing PL, and we're now in PL. I'm going to make this probably like something like this, and then let's make a road that's 20 meters. A road that's 20 meters. All right. So that's just a random value. Then to press 20 here, so that we know that it's 20 meters and line up perfectly. Okay, so that's our first road, and then we're going to make another road here. Let's make it 20 meters as well. 20-meter road's a really big road, but this is just an experiment anyway, so we're just gonna roll with it. 20, and then then we just lock it onto that, and we have the second road. Third, I'm gonna make the third road Let's make it 20 meters again. Probably can't see the values I'm typing in, but so I'm just gonna say it. Press 20, 20, bang. Then that's where we're gonna have the line. And then the line, let's make it siguro somewhere here or somewhere there, anywhere. And then 20 again, so that we can line it up to this. And then, alright. Now we have this peculiar shape. It's actually a little broken because I didn't draw it properly, but it's okay. You can just work with that. So we're going to actually have to make it aligned to that. So to make it aligned to that, it has to be 45 there. So if you have your O snap on, so you probably can't see the menu, but then your O snap will help you. It'll help you pick which, or not the O snap actually, the polar tracking. The polar tracking will help you pick which angle you're going to use. So if it's over here, it's in the bottom right, and there's the circle with the angle on it. If you click that, you're going to see the different angles that you can achieve. So that means your thing's going to lock into the different angles that you're going to do. So I'm going to pick 15, 30, 45, 60 because that's the most typical one. So that means when I put my line here, it's already at 30, then I can snap it, it's already at 45, which is very convenient. So we're going to make this 20 ulit. Then we're just going to connect it. We're just going to make sure that this is 45 again. That's that's a 135. 135. 135. So it's not really working, but it's probably you're probably not gonna get an angle like this, or we're actually gonna get the street already. I'm just drawing the streets, so it's easier to visualize. 135. Wait, let me try to get to 135. Okay, there, it's at 135 now, but it's not aligned to that for some reason. We might have to change that. Alright, so I drew my line, and as you can see, there's a bit of excess, so we're going to trim that off. And now we can see that this line is actually not 45 degrees, so we're going to try to make it 45. So right now it says that it's 325, which is actually not 45, that's 35, so I made a mistake. Can actually trim that line off. Bam. Alright, we trimmed it. Then let's go back to lot line. Made a mistake. So you're gonna, in AutoCAD you make a lot of mistakes. Just make sure you make everything perfect before moving on, or it'll be really hard to change later on. So it was a 325 a while ago. I didn't do the math properly. It's actually not 325. It should be 315. So we're gonna bring it to 315 there. Snap it to the lower side. Oh. Made a mistake again. So there's a lot of things that can go wrong with the CAD. One of them is this. So you have to make sure your lines are straight. Make sure your lines are straight. So my line's still not straight, but let's just work with that. Just make sure that the line later on will be more or less straight. And then we have to fix this. Delete this line, and then I'm not gonna measure this anymore because oops, made a mistake there. I'm not gonna measure this I'm not gonna measure this anymore because just in sake of time, so we're just gonna do that, something like that. Alright, and then we're gonna make sure, oh wait, no, it's supposed to be the red line. Okay, so the red line is there, and then I'm gonna make sure that this one connects, so we're gonna make this 20 so that we can connect it to the line here, and we have the road. So to make sure that the road looks like an actual road, sorry, I'm sick, we're gonna have to make it look like a road by making some openings. So this thing here is not part of the road. We're gonna erase that. And this is actually part of the original deadline. Just delete that. Okay, then we can erase this so that you can make an opening in this road. There, we have an opening there. We're gonna erase this so we have an opening here. Oh, okay, made a mistake. Double click TR. You have, okay, so if this happens where the entire line like that gets erased, then well, it's probably just a mistake in the way that you created the line, which is fine. You can just close it up like this, and you should be okay. You just need to adjust. Alright, so we're gonna trim this line here. Let's trim. And then we're gonna trim this line here. There. And then let's trim the edges too so they actually look like roads. Alright. And now we have our road system. I feel like this looks a bit ugly, so I'm gonna make the road go all the way so that it looks like an actual road. Alright. Alright. Okay. So now we have our lot. This is our lot over here. And to actually signify this is our lot, we're gonna type something inside. So to do a typing inside, you can do mtext, which is going to bring up the mtext square, like basically it's what do you call this? It's a text box. But then I'd never do mtext. I actually just use text, which is for me very easy because all you need to do is just put a starting point of where your text is gonna be. Specify the text height afterwards. I think you can see at the bottom, or I'm not sure if you can see it, but then it's a specify text height. Then all you need to do is just type a height. So let's say you want your text height to be 7. So I'm going to make it 7. And then you're going to specify the rotation angle, just make it 0. So you just type in 0, bang. Alright. And then when you type something, it'll appear. It'll actually appear. So let's do that later. So the reason why I'm going to do it later is can't actually do it in the lot because the text has a different line weight in when you print it. So we're gonna have to go to layer properties again. You probably can't see the layer properties, and you probably know this already, so I'm not gonna video it in my iPhone anymore. But all you need to do, like what we did a while ago, new layer, and then after that you just pick a text as the name. Make the color something different. Maybe I'm gonna make it like dark blue, and I'm gonna move to that layer. Alright, and now as you can see that in the top right, or the top, it's in a text. So yeah, just refer to the layer box in this area. So now that we have a text, we're going to make sure we know where our lot is. So again, we're gonna type in the command text, or again text. And then we're going to specify the starting point around here. Specify the height. Let's make it 5 because 7 was too big a while ago. And then the angle is 0. And then we have our text box. You can name it lot. Or we can name it site 1. Alright. And then press enter. Actually, not press enter. Press exit. Oh, okay. That was wrong. You actually have to press enter, I think. Or click outside of it. So we'll do that again. Text. Specify starting point. Make the height 5, and then make the angle 0, and then site 1. So after that, just click outside, then it should appear. Alright, so press exit so that you don't need to make any more, and you can actually move this around by pressing M, because if you press M, it's the move. So all you need to do is click on it. So as you can see, it suddenly turns into a hash kind of state. Then after that, all you need to do is click M, enter, and you can move this thing around. So you specify a point or base, specify any point there, and you can move it around. Let's just move it somewhere here so that's easier to understand. Alright. So now we have our site. And this is the site where we're going to put our parking lot. So the first thing that we need to consider when we put our parking lot is where the entrance is going to be. So let's say that the entrance is coming in from this main road, the bottom main road. So we're gonna want to put a way we can enter into this parking lot. So all we need to do is press PL, and we can actually draw a line somewhere here. If you draw a line here, basically it's like a guideline. Oh wait, I forgot to change to a street. Alright, so gonna probably put one here like that. And then we're going to say that okay, so the average size of a car, or the average size of a parking lot is 5 by 3. So if we're gonna put parking spaces all over the left side of this area, let's make sure that there's enough room for the car to go in. So let's make it around 9. So now that we know that this is the entrance, I'm gonna make sure this is signified by putting a 2 up. Okay, there. And now we know this is the entrance. This is actually just my guideline, the first line that we made. So I'm gonna erase that. And now we have that line over there that signifies that coming in from the street, this is where it's gonna come from. You can actually leave that line in there. Para you know that the street enters into that. And as you notice, you can see that it's square shaped, and if it's square shaped, it's actually not good for parking, because if it's square shaped, we're gonna have to make sure it's curved for the turning radius of the car. So let's repeat that. So PL, and we're gonna make the line. So this is where I'm going to have to teach another one of the interesting things that we can do in AutoCAD, which is the fillet. So here, and then we can enter it like this. I guess we can just add to this later. Alright, so we have our entrance, and to fillet this, all we need to do is actually just click that, press fillet, and then you can first select first object to fillet, then select the second object to fillet. Oh, it didn't work again. Alright, you have to click it first. Select the first, you have to click the actual item. So I'm not sure if it's shown. Yeah, it's actually shown that it's being clicked. So you press fillet, and then after that you select the first object and select the second object, and it still didn't work. So this is where you actually have to round it. Okay, here. So fillet, select first object or do a polyline or radius. So actually what I do is radius, because radius helps you know exactly what the curve is. So I click R, and then we're gonna specify the fillet radius. So I'm gonna click this corner and then specify the second point, let's say over here. Select the first object, select the second object, and bang, it fillets. Alright, so all I did was click fillet, or you type fillet, and then you press enter, and then it's gonna say fillet select first object or undo polyline radius trim multiple. So I'm gonna use radius, press R, enter, and then you're going to it's gonna say specify fillet radius. So all you need to do is click the corner of the thing that you're gonna fillet. So basically the corner you want to round out, and you're gonna click that. Alright, let's click that, and then you're going to decide the radius. So let's make the radius 2, because most radiuses are 2 when you curve, according to the building. It's actually 1.5 ata, but then let's make it 2. Alright, and then we're going to select the first object. So basically that's the first line, and then the second line. When you click the second line, you're going to see that the object is about to curve na, and that means you're correct. So you can click the second line and you have a filleted entrance. So that's good. We were able to make a filleted entrance, but then it seems like it's not enough. You want it all the way to the other side, curved all the way to the other side. Well, that is not so hard. All you need to do is create an arc. So you can just press arc, and then you can click the arc here on one side of the okay, no. Alright, let me try it out first. Let's see what happens. Alright, so basically we want this to be straight or more curved. So okay, I have an idea. So it's basically just trial and error, as you can see here. One idea that I thought of to make the curve go all the way is basically to just click that, press mirror, so that will make it mirror the object. You specify the first mirror line, you click anywhere in the object, and then you're going to be able to mirror it. You just need to align it properly, and you have the mirrored object. When it's just erase source object, just press no, because you don't want to erase it. And there we have our first entrance. This side here is interesting because we can actually put trees there, so we can get to that later. So we have our first filleted entrance, and we want this to actually be on both sides. So we can actually mirror it again. So just click everything. So that's control click, 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 and click everything, every part of that component. And click mirror again, specify the first point, probably just click the middle, and you have your filleted entrance. So at first it won't look like anything. It will look like something weird, in fact. All you need to do is click everything again. Click everything again. Then press M to move it, and then you can move it to the size of, move it along the horizontal pattern to decide where you're gonna how big your entrance is gonna be. If you want it 2 ways, you're gonna have to actually make it around 12. I wanted 2 ways, so let's make it 12. All you do is type 12, and you have a 12-meter entrance. So this means the car can go either to the left or to the right. So if I want him to go to the left, then, well, he kind of doesn't have to go to the left because we can just put a parking space here. But I'm actually going to plan to put a maintenance space near the curve because it's really hard to get to. But if you wanna put maybe a structure there, a structure like a parking lot, then you're gonna have to make it bigger. But that's up to you. For this video, we're not gonna do that right now because we're gonna have to finish this a little more quickly because it's almost 5:30. All right. So now we're going to lay out our parking. So to lay out my parking, I'm just gonna make guidelines to where I want the parking is gonna be. So first of all, we know that this line over here, this line, that if you see it, where the circle and the rectangle meet, that's where I'm going to put my first line. So if you notice, I already calculated a while ago, it's 7, right? It's 7. So I don't want it to be that big. So I'm going to make sure we're gonna start from, since it's 3 by 5, we're going to make it, alright, let's make it 5.5. So now that we know it's 7, we just do some simple math. 1.5 from that radius. So now we start from the 1.5 area, and you can see that it's 5.5 on one side. The actual graphic standard is 3 by 5, which is actually 2.5 by 5, but then I want to make it a little more lenient. But then I'm sure for the actual plate we're going to have different things that we have to take note of. Alright, so we're going to make some guidelines. First of all, I'm going to make a line there to signify that all of these spaces over here are a parking lot or parking spots, and I'm going to trim this off because we don't want that. Next, we're going to, so these are all just guidelines, not actual parking yet. We're going to do the parking later. Next, we're going to make a sort of line here so that we can decide what we're going to do with this. Same thing, most probably. We're going to make it around the same length, so let's make it 5.5. And we're going to extend it until outwards. Make sure to follow a perpendicular line para the line straight and basically the whole drawing straight. Okay. And there we trim that, and there we have our second guideline. So for the third guideline, we're actually going to, so a lot of geometry, but we're going to do this. So 5. So that means every single line will be 5. No, that isn't true. So alright, so we're gonna make this 5.5. Let's see if it works. 5.5. Oh, I have an idea. Alright, so this has to be 5.5. The perpendicular line coming out from this angle should be 5.5. Alright, then we're just gonna extend that all the way to the other side, straight, as you can see, because I'm following the I'm following the guideline, the O snap that I created a while ago. If you wanna actually do your O snap, it's down here. So I'm gonna take out my iPhone again so that I can show this. It's down here. These are where the O snaps are. So this is the O snap, which helps you figure out which one you want, which tangent, perpendicular, intersection. That helps you snap into the lines that you want. The other one that I just used, oops, I turned it off. Oh wait, no, that's not the right. Anyway, that wasn't on. So the other one that I use is this one, polar tracking, which shows the different angles that you're gonna do. That's exactly what I used to create that line, because I was able to make it straight because I followed the 45 in this 45 here. And the other one I was telling you a while ago is ortho mode, which is F8 apparently. So ortho mode lets you do it in only 2 dimensions, Y or X. Or actually, I think it depends on, yeah, okay, Y or X lang. So you don't really want this on all the time. I prefer the O snap, but in certain times you're gonna want to use ortho mode when you want your lines straight and just horizontal or vertical. Yeah. So let's just put down the iPhone. And now you can see that it's kind of weird because we have this V-shaped thing. I want to connect this. So press PL again. We're gonna connect it. Now we're just gonna trim this off. And then we're gonna trim this off also. And surely we have to trim trim it off later. Alright. So next, do the next side. This one has to be 5.5. Then down 5.5. Alright. So we see all these unnecessary lines, take them off. These are all just guidelines, remember. So okay, we're gonna be taking out. Let's just take it out because I'm getting a bit OC. All right. So now we have our guidelines. Let's actually continue until here. This I don't remember. 4. All right. So let's make it 5.5. Actually, in retrospect, I should have made the radius 5.5. Made a mistake, but it's okay. Make this 5.5. It's a bit bigger than the. So dangerous. All right. Just extend it a bit, not too far, so it's easy to trim. Okay, then erase this. All right. So now you have the guidelines that you have for your parking lot, and you can actually put more in the middle, but I'm not gonna do that now. You can make roads. Maybe I'll make some roads later, so it's easy to see. But then for now, let's just think that there's like a big greenery in the middle, and the cars just go around looking for a parking space like this. Because it's not really about design right now, it's really about learning how to do this in AutoCAD. Alright, so you have this big lot, and what you want to do now is make sure that all the parking spaces have a parking in it. So we're going to do PL, and I do this manually. You can actually do like a what do you call this, command where you can offset it. You can offset the different points and make it easier. But I don't really know how to do that, and honestly, it doesn't really affect my speed anyway. So, but let's just get through it. So the first thing we have to do is 3. So 3 because that's the length of a car, and basically make 3. We make 2 for the car. Mind the value that pops up on the box, because that's gonna actually, that also helps me apparently. It helps me know how big or how small the parking lot should be. And then you can just erase this, and we have our first parking lot. Actually, let's not erase it, let's leave it there so we know it's a parking lot. And then actually an easier way of doing this, instead of doing it manually, like you measure, you can actually just copy paste. So let's get the lines that we let's select the lines that we used. Okay, so we select the lines we use, Control C, and then just Control V it literally everywhere. But then the correct one is you press this, you press C, which means copy. Oh wait, no, not C. Copy. My bad. Copy. Then you select your base point, select this, and then bang, and then bang. So basically, you just press C, select the base point, which is the top right one, because you're gonna want to connect it all in top right, and you just align it all like that. Make sure everything is the same length. You can just snap it to the corner using your object snap, and you snap all the objects to the corner. So this isn't actually how a parking lot should look like. There should be like a small space in the middle, but I'm just doing this now like this so that, you know, basically you can see how it's done. Alright, then we're gonna do the same thing with the other side. We're gonna make another parking lot here. So we're gonna make the entire square already, so that it's not that hard. Alright, so we have the entire square here, and then gonna copy command, not Control C, press copy, and then you're gonna click the bottom left so that it's easy to align. Bang, 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 bang. Okay. So as you can see, I'm just using this as guidelines really. Next, we're gonna do with this side. Let's make it around here. So we put some. Oh, we can actually make it around here, and then we could just add another parking space if ever. Make sure it's 3. I'm gonna press 3. Oh, I made a mistake. Okay. Let's delete the entire thing. Okay, I'm gonna snap it anywhere. So I'm just doing it really quickly. 5.5. Make sure your hand is stable. 3. 5.5, 3, enter. Then you have that. You're gonna have to copy paste it, press copy, or yeah, type copy, click this bottom right. It's very simple, very easy to do. What I think the hard part about this page is gonna be is designing how your parking lot will work, the actual execution shouldn't be too hard. So if you want to design how your parking lot's going to work, you can actually just use pen and paper so that you can do it more quickly, easier to change your ideas. But when you actually execute it, copy pasting is so much faster than drafting, as you can see. Just snap, 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 and snap. And we're almost done. So let's just trim this because it looks weird. Oh, wait. It's not trimming, it's lagging a bit actually. Oh, so if it doesn't trim, if the object doesn't trim like this, like I keep trying to trim it but it's not trimming, that means it's actually its own entity already. So all you need to do is just click it and just press delete and it's done. So you just have to check it. Like if it's not trimming, you just have to check if it's its own entity by clicking it, and if it is, then you're good. So I'm not going to put anything here anymore because I actually might take up with a tree there, also here. But then it's probably just me designing my parking bad. I don't really know how to design a parking, I have to research it pa, but I'm just teaching how to actually do the parking in this application. Alright, so we're going to start with this one naman. So I'm going to make it 3 again, a box. So all you need to do is just really create the first one. After you create the first one, everything should follow. So if it doesn't snap, as you can see, it didn't snap here. All I pressed was 3 so that I knew that the line I was going to make is 3 and, you know, to become straight. AutoCAD is very precise. Alright. So once again, we're going to click that, copy. Oh, I pressed C accidentally. Okay. Copy. And then we're going to do it one by one again. Click that. 1. Let's just make it 3. Oh, I think that's not aligned. Yep, that's not aligned. Alright. Made a mistake. Just copy. Make sure to snap it. Oh, it's still made. Oh my god. That's annoying. Again. You have to make sure to snap. I'm gonna zoom it in real close so I can make sure I can snap it. It's in the correct place. Okay, got it. Snap in the correct place. Sometimes you still make mistakes because you're moving too fast. Alright. No, shit. Yeah, that one was wrong. I snapped it in the wrong side. Copy again. Make sure to snap in the correct side. Alright. There we go. Then our last side here. Make sure this is 5. Actually, we need to make it a bit farther. So let's just make it 9.5 because we're gonna add some room. Okay. For the other car to go in. Turning radius, actually. That's what it's called. So this room we're gonna have here. That's basically the room for this car to go out. Can actually put the mall entrance somewhere there. Some ideas. Oh. I just knocked that out. Okay. Can put something here like a walkway from the outside, etc. Then we're gonna basically just copy paste this again. So it's very tedious, but it's really easy compared to just pen and paper drafting. Make sure you snap it in the correct intersection. And we didn't make it exact. I don't think this is exact. Yeah, this is 3.04. I made kind of made a mistake in the length of that, but it's probably because I didn't count for this one, but it's okay. We have it there. Alright, so we have our parking lot here. So you can actually create another landscaping, or we already have landscaping here. So basically the landscaping, what I'm going to do is the landscaping roads. So the sidewalks, etc. I'm going to make a landscaping sidewalk here. So to signify that there's a sidewalk there that they can go up. Maybe we can even put some stairs. Let's say the stairs 1.5. Then it's really easy. So 0.2. 0.2 is the graphical standard for stairs. And then there you have one step. Then copy. You can actually just make more steps. Alright. Now we have our steps. So if this is 0.2 high, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I put too much. This is 1 meter higher than the ground. So that means this parking lot is actually nakalubog. This is gonna be a little higher. I'm gonna make sure it's shown here. All right. So let's say you wanna make this into a normal thing. So we can actually put some handrails too. Let's put some handrails. Let's make that 0.1. Make a handrail 0.15. Then okay. So now we have our stairs. Let's just put on the other side too. Oh, I made a mistake. There should have been one on the other side since a while ago. Just remember the different lengths used. Okay, yeah, there should have been one. So just need to trim all of that out. Okay, so now you have your stairs. And let's say you want these stairs to be there for every single, or like maybe put on your stairs here and your stairs here, etc. So what you're gonna do is actually just click this like that. So make sure to click every aspect of the stairs. Oh, I made a mistake here. So I'm gonna have to click that one by one. All right, and that. And then all you need to do is actually press block. B-L-O-C-K, block, and you're gonna be able to create a block. And I can name this. You probably can't see it, but basically all it shows is just the name of the block and some other stuff that you don't need to touch. So you just press block, or sorry, stairs. I'm gonna name it stairs. Then press OK, and it's actually one entity already. Move it around. There. So if I want to make another one, I can actually just go to it's like grouping, but you can actually insert blocks, which means you can put in things like trees, etc., which I'm going to show later. So I'm going to move, copy paste this, make another set of stairs on the other side. I'm not going to measure it anymore. Alright. So there might not be enough space for this car to go in. That might have been a bit of a mistake, so just take that out, whatever. I just want to show you how that works. Okay, so for aesthetic purposes, or for the aesthetic purposes, of this this thing, I'm gonna make sure that there's a sidewalk everywhere, 2-meter sidewalk for people to actually walk on. Actually, I don't have to do that. Anyway, whatever. You get the point. It's easy. All right. That part is a bit easy. So you don't have to do that, but then it's pretty easy. You just make polylines. All right. So now we have our parking space, and we want to put some greenery in the middle. So all you need to do basically is to download blocks online. You have to download blocks online, and that's where you're actually going to get the blocks. So you can go to cadblocks.com, and basically what you do is you just go on cadblocks.com, you download the different stuff, and then you open the folder, and you're gonna see a lot of you're gonna see a lot of what do you call this? Okay, no. To open the folder, you have to drag it and put it inside your AutoCAD. Afterwards, you're gonna have to open. It's gonna make another tab over here. If you can see the tab, start drawing. It's gonna make another tab with all the drawings there, and all you need to do is copy paste it. And it might not be the scale you want, so all you need to do is scale it down. So just all you need to do for putting blocks inside, you just need to basically download it from cadblocks.com, and then when you get the file, you get the DWG file and drag it into this window mismo, and it's gonna create another drawing, another tab here. You go to the tab, you get the block that you want, and then you just pasted it. So that's pretty much how you do that. Alright. So okay. Now that we finished, or let's say that this is already a finished product, I already put something in the middle. Well, okay, let's just at least put something to show that there's something in the middle. I'm gonna make some guidelines here. Let's say that the maximum turning radius around 6.5. So 6.5. Wait, that was 6, but whatever. So we're gonna put a square thing here to show that there's like some kind of landscaping. I kind of made a mistake. Alright, there, alright. Just erase this. Delete. And we can just put trees there, etc. Then this, we could actually put more parking spaces, maybe here. Well, I didn't really design this parking lot really well, but you get the point. And basically that's it. Let's say that this is the finished product already. This is my parking lot. How do we plot this parking lot? So I'm going to bring out my iPhone for this because it's going to be a little harder to show. Alright, so okay, my iPhone's on. And now all we're going to do actually is press PLOT, plot. Okay, so as you can see there, it says plot style, plot, that's all the same. Plot. Okay, so you're gonna be shown this thing, and this thing is basically the plot screen. And to do the plot screen, you're going to have to do a bunch of things. So first of all, our drawing orientation should be landscape. This paper size is actually the paper size that we're gonna have, but then we're going to have to create a layout for this paper size to actually matter. So to do that, you can go to one of these two layouts over here, the down part, layout 1 or layout 2. Let's go to layout 1. And in layout 1, you can see that there's a viewpoint here. And this viewpoint is actually, as you can see from that, well, that's the scale. I don't know what scale that is. But if you click that, you should be able to see all the scales that you're going to do. So for example, you want to make it scales 1:100. And as you can see, that is in scale 1:100. So that's a bit too small. I'm sure that Sir is going to give us, what do you call this? A more in-depth one. Okay, so if you want to make, so basically this is our viewpoint already, and you can just extend that a bit, extend the viewpoint, and you can, as you can see, all right, you could see the entire drawing in the middle there. Okay, so if you scroll in and scroll out, it's going to change the scale. You don't want that. Oh wait, I have to press escape. All right. As you can see, if you scroll and scroll out, you're going to change the scale. Look, if you scroll and scroll out, you're going to change the scale. So, scrolling and scroll out. So, to make the scale proper, just go there, then click 1:100, and it's immediately going to go there. And then, you don't scroll and scroll, you can just drag it by clicking the mouse's scroller, the button there, and you can drag it around. Actually, I think we should make this 1:50 so that it looks a little more legit. There. Maybe we can even make it smaller. Let's make it 1:20. Okay. There, that looks a little better. 1:20. So now we have our document. So now what we have to do is we're going to have to size the paper, etc., so that we can, or size the drawing, etc., so that we can make an actual print. So all we need to do is click plot, and you're going to be shown this. So the paper size really matters. Let's make the paper size 8, let's see, let's make it A2. ISO A2. So there's a landscape and a portrait version. Let's go for the landscape one. Oh, none. Name. None plot device selected. Please select under device. Apply to layout, right? Just apply to the layout first. It's waiting for my computer. This is taking a long time. Come on. Okay, I think it already applied. Oh, what's happening? Oh, there, it did it. All right, just need to escape it, pala. So as you can see, it looks pretty weird now. All you need to do is click the viewpoint by double clicking it and then dragging the viewpoint all across the side, and you're gonna have if you double click it, you should be able to, there. All right, now it's 1:20 in okay. So actually you're gonna say now oh, there has to be a title block, etc. So all you need to do is actually do it inside the model. You can actually do the title block inside the model mismo by creating the title block around the thing. And then when you create a title block around the thing, you put it inside layout, and it should be there. You just need to align it to the different sides of this. It's not like AutoCAD where the layout just applies it. You actually have to do it yourself. So I'm not gonna do that right now. But all you need to do is basically make the PLs and make the box. Let's let's take the box like that for now. Escape, and it should show in the layout. There, see, you see that blue line? That's it. And I'm sure you're gonna be able to create it here by actually drawing it, because we don't know what size the what do you call that, the title block would be yet, so we can't make sure right now. If it's 1:100, just need to make it for sure on 1:100. Really depends on the scale we're gonna do. All right, so we have this site, and now we want to print this. So all we need to do is press plot, and we're gonna be shown this screen again. So all you have to do is actually I think page style is better. Page setup. Okay, so now you're gonna get a new layout. So this is our layout right now. You can modify this. To modify this, all we need to do, okay, so plot, page setup, layout, it's all the same thing as you can see. Just click this monochrome.ctb. Monochrome.ctb is basically going to make yours black and white. So that's all that does. Now, if you want to change the line weights, all you need to do is click this thing, and you're going to see the different colors. And these colors represent which color you used to create it. For example, this color, if you remember a while ago, color 1 or red was used to create the streets. And you want the streets to be a bit big. So all you need to do is specify which line weight, which line end, which line join, which line weight, etc. Everything that you're going to use. So line type, use object line type. What if you want to make it dashed or dotted or dash dot, etc. It's up to you. Make it solid. And then line weight, let's make it a bit bigger than the rest, 0.5. And then that's it for for color 1. And then if you remember for color 3, that's our trees. So let's make our trees, we can make it a medium dashed if you want. And object line weight 0.3 because that's not that important. This is your landscaping. It's probably the same as color 1 because it's pretty important too. Solid, and then you can make it 0.5. And then after that, we have color 5, solid, let's make it 0.2. And then color 8, use object line type. I think we already made sure that it's dotted phantom lines, but then we can actually just make sure that it's here. But we already made it phantom lines on the other side, which is normally what you're supposed to do. And I highly recommend you do it like that. So all you need to do is use object line type. And then you can make it 0.1 because that's the least important. Then save and close, which will make sure everything, all the line weights were put. So now we're ready to press OK. So the scale here is custom. You can actually make the scale 1:100, so that the line weight, the lines are what do you call this? The lines are proper. But we made our scale 1:20, so let's make it 1:20, and then press OK. Oh, we scale line weights, of course. No, we don't. Yeah, we don't. Press OK. Then we have our layout. So, oh, it disappeared. Where did it go? Okay, wait, let's press Ctrl Z. Let's do that again. Plot. Should put up the same thing. Alright. Monochrome CTB. Is everything still the same? Yep, everything's still the same. Save and close. So, okay. None. Plot device. Oh, right. Alright. This has to be PDF, AutoCAD to PDF, high quality print. I forgot which one you're supposed to use actually, but oh damn it. Let's try Microsoft Print to PDF. Oh, okay. I guess you can't do that. AutoCAD, PDF, high quality print. Okay, there. So when you press OK, there, alright. When you press OK, so use that one na lang. High quality print AutoCAD. You can click where the PDF is gonna go. So let's say it's go to desktop. And then press save. It's gonna save. And then when we check it out, it should be 1:20. Alright, so that's all. I think if there's any questions, just ask me, like, what was the command there. I'm gonna list the different commands that I used to create this video, but that's basically it. So thank you for watching.